Hey y'all, I told you I was gonna do a little cooking video. I'll be doing cooking videos from time to time. As you see, I got some squash going. That day I unpacked my groceries. Where I get these squash from? I think I got them from where I get the squash from? I think I got it from Walmart. I'm sure it was from Walmart. Um, yeah, yeah, it was from Walmart. I told y'all I didn't want you to see what it was because I was gonna do a cooking video on it. Well, surprise, surprise, this is what it was, some squash. And I tell you, I didn't know when I was going to do it, but I'm glad I decided to get it done today because I had to throw one away. I had the 245. I had six, and that one I had to let it go. And there's a couple of them in here on the verge, but they good. But I boil them for a few minutes first, and then I'm going to cut the bad parts off. They're okay though. And put my other ingredients in them. I'm sitting over here cutting up a red pepper, a yellow pepper, and an orange pepper. And I'm cutting up a onion. And that's what I use to put in mine. I'll make me some more water. Ooh. How y'all doing today? Good, I hope. Yeah, I wanted to do this right quick so I can have something to eat. When I get back in here from this event, I'm going to record in a couple more hours as promised. I'm going to make it to this one. I ain't make it to the last one, last couple of the other week because of my knee bothering me still. But I'm going to get out here today. And I got some more videos I need to download when they need editing. I got to get my son to edit them for me because in between crocheting, I still haven't learned how to edit yet. So I'm going to get him to do them for me as soon as he get a chance. Yeah, I'm sitting over here cutting up these onions. The onions and these peppers right quick. And I'm going to fix something else later on that I'll probably record. But I'm going to have to stop at the store on the way home to get a green pepper. I didn't even think of buying a green pepper when I was buying these other peppers for the squash. But I didn't know I was going to be cooking either, fixing what I'm going to put the green pepper in. So that'll be another surprise. Another one of my favorite meals I like to cook. So, but like I said, I had done a spaghetti, what was it? Mexican spaghetti taco about a week ago and lost the doggone footage. I don't know how I did that. I've never done that before. And I looked at the camera part of the phone and it was recording. I don't know where it went. My guess is it's still in the phone and I just can't find it. Because with that particular phone I had never recorded on before, so I don't know what happened to it. I have no clue. Originally I had already wanted to have these peppers cut up already and have the squash done so I could just, be showing, doing that in a shorter period of time. And I can at least talk while I'm doing this, I guess. See if there's anything I know it's something I forgot to tell you on one of these videos because it looked like when I go back and listen to the videos, it'd be something I forgot every time. It's like, I know it's something because I remember something the other day. But anyway, I like to use all my peppers. So I'm gonna use all of the peppers. I'm gonna use the whole onion too. And what I might even do is put some brown rice to have a little under that, a little of that to go under the vegetables. Yeah, I think I will. Let me get my pot out and put some brown rice. Then all I have to do later when I get back in here is just to fix it. It's just to fix my meat I'm gonna record. I'm gonna wait until I do the video before I, tell y'all what meat it's gonna be. But it's definitely gonna be a meat. So I'll record that. But yep, I'm gonna go and do this rice right now and these vegetables right now. And that's gonna carry me into today and tomorrow. Maybe even a little bit longer than that. 'Cause I'm gonna fix plenty. And one thing about these peppers is pretty much stretch your it stretches your squash, I'll put these on the back burner. Or this pan on the back burner. There we go. My rice. Put that over here on the back burner. On the back burner. Top of it. Now I gotta find the rice. I know I saw it earlier. Let's see here. It's in here somewhere. I just saw it. Where am I going? Yeah, I am dropping stuff. Here it is. I knew I had some over in here. Alright. I need to put that on my list. Look like I need to buy more of that. Let me check these squash out. Don't have to boil them for long. I like to boil them so they get a little more tender than what they were if I put them in here. They almost ready for me to. And yeah, I just usually take them out the pan, pour the water out, and just cut them. I got a cutting board. I don't never use my cutting board. I just use a plate. But I usually cut them while they still piping hot. But they don't bother me. I'm just cutting up these peppers over here. And I gotta do this onion. I had thought about that with doing the rice. I think yesterday when I was thinking about what I wanted to go with them, but I think the rice would be a good idea. So that's my little recipe. I normally put zucchini in with my squash too, but I didn't get any because my son, he don't care anything about squash. So I was sharing these with him. And he don't care no for squash. I mean for zucchini. He will eat squash, but he don't like the zucchini. To me they're so similar. But I guess it's a difference, I reckon. I just got this onion peel. Now I'm gonna peel a whole onion. This great big old joker right here. I'm gonna peel that and get that prepared. And that's gonna be that. And I'm gonna come back on here later after come back from the event and be getting ready to do the meat that I'm gonna have for this. I'm actually thinking about just frying some chicken wings, as well as the other meat that I'm gonna prepare. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna do chicken wings too. But I don't do no special to those, so you might not consider what I'm doing to this other meat special either, but I think it's pretty unique. It's a recipe I picked up years ago, and I didn't get the rest of it, but the part of it that I did get, it has made a significant difference in how my meat tastes. I like the flavor of it so much better since I now add that meat. So I'm gonna or add it to the meat. So I'm gonna share that portion of the recipe that I use with y'all. I think it makes them rather good. Rather good, rather good, rather good. Now I'm gonna cut this onion up, and then I'm gonna get ready to take these squash off the stove and cut those up. And then I'm gonna mix it all in my frying pan together. And they taste so good. They be so good. Very good, delicious. I remember when I was a little girl, I could not stand squash. Me and my sister, we used to call squash squish. We used to call peas eyes. And we used to call broccoli trees. We ain't like none of them. Now I love peas, I love squash. Ooh, and broccoli is I love broccoli. I used to sit around, me and my oldest son, and just eat bowls of broccoli with cheese on top. We used to melt the cheese, I think in the microwave. Melt it so bad. Because back in the early 80s, I ain't had no microwave. Well, he was a baby then, but when did I get a microwave? I probably on the stove, because I don't remember having a microwave for a long time. When those things first came out, they were huge and quite expensive, so I probably put out cheese in the saucepan with the broccoli and melted it that way, or either just put it in the pan and and it got heated from the hotness to the pan, up the pan. Nice, I got this old big onion cut. So now I'm gonna get ready to cut these squash off, and they're good and ready. It's good and ready. I'm gonna get my gloves. I don't want to burn myself. Get my pot holder gloves over here or something. A drain of water. That'll be my hot dish water. from out that pan. Mixed in with some more dish liquid. Ugh. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna pour this water out. Oh, I'm gonna try to turn this crazy camera around the other way. That's alright. Like I said, I'm pouring the water on. Use a dishcloth on this handle here so I can hold this. I can hold this squash all the way. Oh, God, they're so hot. Yeah, hot, hot, hot. I'm gonna get my plate, do another plate over here. Wash this plate out. Ooh, that water's scorching. Ooh, it is hot. It is so hot. Phew. I'm gonna shave off. Ouch, ouch, ouch. The little bad areas of this squash. Because this was really today, was in a nick of time of me, I'm gonna turn this camera around this way. Well, I'm gonna get my pan out that I'm gonna use. That squash was really in a nick of time of me using it before it was actually trying to expire on me. That's what I do. I done threw away 2 cabbages within the past 5 months from just letting them sit in a doggone refrigerator and being too lazy to get up and fix them when I know they need to be fixed. I be having good intentions though. I be having the best intentions, but I guess sometimes you snooze, you lose. I'm gonna put the cooking oil. I like to use some olive oil. Oh, this one ain't open. I like to use olive oil in the pan for the squash. Some extra virgin olive oil. The squash really make their own juice and things. You cook them on low. They make their own juice and stuff, so you don't really have to add a whole bunch of oil and stuff to the pan. It's really unnecessary to do that. So, let's see if I can, there we go. Alright, so now, I'm going to sit over here and cut the bad parts off this squash. I got a couple of little areas. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. To still use it. There's a couple little areas. I'm gonna just cut that off and trash it. A couple of little areas and shave that off right there. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. Not gonna hurt anything at all. But that's really not bad on that hurrying up to cook the stuff like I supposed to do. Don't make no sense. Whew. Sometimes I get in the zone on my crafts, and this cooking stuff take a back seat. Vegetables, that's why I hate when I'm trying to get what I need, and who wants to keep going back and forth to the store? But that's why I hate to sometimes pick up fruits and vegetables and stuff, because you gotta hurry up and deal with them, or they will expire you on you. They will definitely expire you. Now, who has money to be wasting these days? Always something to do with another dollar. Whew. Right in here. I'm getting these demons cut off of here. You cut the, you know, of course you cut the fronts and the backs off them. You know, the ends on the front and the back. Cut all of that off. All this juice, water out of here too. But you cut all of that off of them. You just slice like you're slicing a tomato. They're full of water. Okay, like I said, don't boil them too long. Boil out all of the stuff that's supposed to be good for you, all the nutrients. Just to get them a little softer than what they are, because you're steaming them in the pan, so you know that takes care of the rest of the cooking for you. You know, so you gotta boil them to death. I give it about what, seven, maybe 8 minutes of boiling time. Somewhere between 5 and 8 minutes. So you can keep all your nutrients. And after all, that's the point of eating, so you can get some out of them. If you boil everything out of it, there's nothing good nutrient to be had. So I'm almost finished with these 3. And I'm going to just lay them in the pan with all of the water they secreting. And I got pretty much all the beans off from them. That ain't gonna hurt nothing. But it's a lot of juice. Ooh, too much juice. Don't waste some juice. And sit there. Good to go like that. I'm always making a darn mess. Oh, always making a mess. Get my red. I need to see. I'm sick. I just feel over. There we go. So I got that first little batch in there. And I'm going to cut up these last 2 and put them in there. Wash my hands. Alright. Get my plates. I can wash this big pan. That'll be the end of that. And again, I'm going to sit over here. Ooh. I'm going to sit over here. I'm going to cut that piece off. I'm going to turn them around. Cut this back piece off right here and do the same to that. And just slice. Just slice them on down like that. And I'm using this kind of knife right here. I don't know what you call this knife, but it does real good with cutting up most of my stuff that I like to cook. And I'm going to go on and slide this one in the pan as well, since I'm over here. There you have it. You slide them on in there with all their juice. They be real juicy after they boil. Real juicy. And I usually put the top on them, but since I'm still cutting, and I gotta put these vegetables in there, I'm gonna just leave the top on for right now. Oh, real easy. Get my water over there boiling. I can dump this rice in there. And my meat that I'm gonna fix when I get back. That don't take long to cook at all, so I'm gonna try to get this stuff to cool on so I can put it away until I make it back. See there? Dump them more in here. I'm gonna just let them go like that. And believe it or not, y'all, I don't put no seasoning or anything in mine. I love the aroma that they have just themselves between the peppers and the squash. I like how they taste as is. To me, in my opinion, the seasoning drowns out the natural taste. So I don't like to put none in mine. I really don't. So here's my plate of cut up onions. See the green, red, or orange pepper, yellow peppers? I mean the orange, red, and yellow peppers. And my onions, a big onion. I'll just put all of this in here on top. And I just let it simmer down. And it'll be so good, just like this. Just like this. And I'm gonna put some I'm even gonna put some olive oil in my rice as well. But this is how I do my squash, and it comes out so good every time. Now let me, yep, some olive oil down in here for the rice. Get my rice poured in. Come over here and wash these dishes. Got one more piece of onion I left on the table. I'm gonna put that in there. Let that simmer down. And I'm gonna bring my rice over here. I'm gonna cook, get this rice going. Since that water boiling, of course, you know, you can just pour the rice in and walk away. Simmer it down and walk away. So that's what I'm about to do. Put the rice in, let it simmer down and walk away from it. And that'll be that. I like to get this brown rice right here. Brown long grain rice. I can't do without some kind of carbs. I try to make them as good as they can be, but I do like the white rice. And what kind is it that I prefer? Like the kind be at the I can't call the name, but it begins with B. It is so good. The kind like they serve in the Chinese restaurants that I could never understand why in the world their rice tastes so better than mine. But then when I found out about the rice, I can't call the name, Basmati or Basmati or something. When I found out about that and started buying it, whew, it was delicious. I was like, oh, so this how they fix their rice. This what they fix their rice out of. And it was on from that day until a few months ago. So now I just get the rice, the long grain rice, and try to make myself real happy with that. Because the white rice is not good for me. I ain't trying to have none of them problems that I can't have. This jasmine rice is good too. But I guess it done overstayed its welcome here, so it might smell okay. Let me see if I can find a date. I was about to toss it. Let me see. Let me see what the date say. Well, it said May the 31st, 25. I'm going to go and toss it. To me, it was smelling a little indifferent, so I was going to toss that. Because I had opened this one, not even knowing I had that one the last I used it, so I don't need it. But I'm going to cut my rice down on low and just let that do what it do. Let that do what it do. I'm going to check on my squash right quick. And then I guess I'm going to let y'all go. Because I know this, ooh, it smells so good. Oh my goodness. It smells so good. And it tastes good. That's why I don't have to add in the seasoning to it. It smells so good and tastes delicious. Y'all know it tastes delicious. But this going to cook down right much here. That's why I'm bothered about using my other pan. Because it's going to cook down right good. It's going to cook down a lot, actually. But yeah, this is what I do. It smells so good. This one we need smell-o-vision. This is one we need smell-o-vision. There we go. A little bit better. Yes, man. I ain't gonna play with that camera phone. But it's smelling good, y'all. It's smelling right good. Sorry about that. I lost my footage. Now I don't know what where I left off at. I don't know how long it's been down. But I was saying I usually let this cook down until all the vegetables and stuff soften up some. And the squash, they look a little green, like right around where the seeds are. Not real green, but a little, like a yellow greenish. So as soon as they yellow up real good, I say it needs to cook for about half an hour. It's usually good, but you'll definitely know when it's done, for sure. You'll definitely know when it's done. Yeah, but here you have it. It smells real good. This is how I do my squash. And I'm going to put the top back on them and let them simmer a little longer. That's what I'm going to do. Ooh. Wash this pan. I use a couple of plates over here. And I got a cooler right there sitting in front of my stove, and that's what it fell on the top of. And the top is clean. Matter of fact, I just wiped that down last night. I rinsed my onion off. It ain't cooked yet. It's fine. I'm eating it, so I'm about as clean a cook as it get. Clean as I go. Stuff. And my stove is also clean. That's why I can cook my vegetables up and put them right back in the same pan. So all that's clean. Nice and clean. Yep, get all this out the way. And I'll worry about doing this later. I can sit down and go back to my crocheting until it's time to go. and I can figure out what I want to wear. Oh, I think I already did actually. It's gonna be a little hot out there today, so I gotta have my body parts exposed. I'm gonna put me a dress on. I gotta get air. Gotta have me some air. I just gotta figure out with sandals, which comfortable sandals I want to put on. I think I might know that too. I think I might know which ones they're gonna be too. So I got everything cleaned up. I'm just waiting on the food now. Just waiting on the food. Let me see about this. See what this rice doing. Whatever it's doing, I know it's gonna be a while. It takes, especially that brown rice, it takes the time to cook. It takes plenty of time for this brown rice to get cooked. So I already know that's gonna be a minute. Oh, it smells so good in here. Woo. Inside of this pan. Woo. It smells so good. I know I'm gonna eat some. I'm gonna sample some before I go. I'm gonna sample some before I go. I love when I fix this. Can you see? There you go. It smells good, y'all. It smells so good. Whew, let's see. And I got that on like a, it's like on a medium low. Because you don't want it to rush, you know. Just want it to simmer real good. So that's that. That is that. So y'all, thanks for watching. And when this stuff cook, I'm gonna take a picture of how it look when I serve my plate or whatever. But this gonna be cooking for a little while longer. I ain't gonna keep y'all like that just to watch a pan cook, but that's how I do my squash. So if you like this video,